What's happening, guys? This is TheLonewolfTech coming back to you with some more Tekkit project. Last episodes we went to the end and whooped some Ender Dragon butt, and that was actually a really cool, sidetrack from our building process and upgrading and teching and all that good stuff. So make sure you go back and watch those videos. I quite enjoyed making them; they were pretty fun. But now it's time to get back to business. And like I said before, we were supposed to do teleporters instead of going to the end. But now that we've gone to the end, I am doing not teleporters, why am I saying teleporters? Force fields. I'm finally doing force fields now. We'll get to use them and test them out and see how they work. I have a basic knowledge of how they work. That's one reason I didn't cover it earlier before, is because they seem a little bit confusing to me, and some things just kind of freak me out about them because I'm not sure exactly how they work. But we're gonna go through that and work it out today. I got most of the parts. We got this is what we're gonna need. We got cable because we gotta power it. We got a MFFS area projector, and then we got a blank MFFS card. Then we have a force field core, force field EU injector. And then this is just an add-on that you don't need, but that increases the range of our force field core, which we are going to test out. There's a few other upgrades, but I will show you how we make all this, since I've already made it. But there's something that might cause some trouble for you. So if we type in force field, we'll get a few of these objects. These are all from the force field mod, whatever it is. So the force field core, we need that, and if we click on here, you can see it needs an electrolyzer, frequency transmitter. We've done that. Electrical circuit, advanced alloy, and these electrolyzed water cells. And if you click on them, they have no recipe, and that gave me a little mind whirl for a second. It turns out, from the wiki, you have to build this electrolyzer, which we have one over in the sorting facility. But basically, you build an electrolyzer, and what electrolyzer does is it takes water cells and turns them into those electrolyzed water cells. Now, one thing, this is kind of like a teleporter because it has to be directly connected to a power source, much like our teleporters over here. They have to be directly connected to the output of it, and it cannot it can't be attached by a wire. And I think if I break this, it's going to, yeah, it just reverts it. But basically, what you do is it has two slots, even though I just broke it. Well, I'll tell you what, I will, just for the sake of this video, spawn another one in and then destroy it when I'm done. We're gonna turn this guy around so we can actually get power to it. Electrolyzer, going into the always welcome cheat mode. Electrolyzer, we're going to take one, plop it down, and that should get power. I'm saying should. Wow, that's actually full. But basically we need some water cells, which you make 10 for the cell. I'm sure we have some somewhere. That's why I'm. That's a coolant cell, but we have some. That's an RE battery. I know we have empty cells somewhere, because I had to use them for that reactor. That's heats. I know we got them somewhere. Gotta be here. Circuits. What's in this one? Wow. Don't really know where I had those. Okay, well, we will simply get a cell. We need a cell. The cell, we just spawned them in. Oh well. This is just for demonstration purposes, I guess. I gotta turn off cheat mode too. Back to your utility mode. And if you don't know, the difference between recipe and utility mode is recipe just gives you the recipes. Utility mode will still give you the recipes, except if you take an item like the electrolyzer, which we don't need anymore, and drop it in this right hand column, it will delete it. So anything you throw over there will delete. Anything you throw over here will just drop from your inventory. So make sure if you have utility mode on not to throw it over to that side. Alright, so we should have some water cells now, and we can go up and stick them in our electrolyzer, hopefully, and this should hopefully work. You should stick them there, and then they work, and then eventually they will turn into the electrolyzed cell. It doesn't need that much power, apparently. You know, that's one of it turns green when you have it on. I'll go ahead and delete that since we don't need it anymore. And after a long process of many days, any day now, we should get an electrolyzed cell, which can be used to craft, of course. So, boom, electrolyzed water cell. So that's what you get. That's how you make it. So, yeah, that's one thing I really needed to clarify because, you know, there was really no way to find it. I had to scour some wikis for it and some Yahoo answers. But anyway, we'll go back to the force field. Now, I will go ahead and say before I get off track, when we went to the Nether, we had a lot of levels of XP. As you can still see, we still have 150 levels of XP. And I actually made a crafting or enchantment table in the magic room. But what I was gonna do was enchant a lot of books, and then if I ever needed to enchant something, I could use a book. Well, apparently in this, I forgot that this version of Minecraft is really old and you can't enchant books yet. So we got this set up. No, you can't enchant your nano saber or mining laser or katana or morning star. Not sure if you can. Pretty sure you can't do a crowbar. Oh, you can enchant a crowbar. Might as well. Efficiency 3. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, enchanting table. We can enchant crowbars, which is always good. But anyway, back to what we were doing. So we got our force field core. That is a projector thing. Another projector. This transfers power into electricity, which we'll see in a second. This is another, most of these are upgrades. This one will, let's say if you activate your teleporter underwater, this will delete all the source, why am I keep on saying teleporter? If you place your force field underwater, this will delete all the source blocks within the force field. This one will rise the force field up 2 blocks so you can walk under it. This will cut blocks where the force field is set to go. That increases the storage of the power. That increases the range, which we have that one we're going to test out. This makes the force field have damage if you touch it, and this changes the texture of the force field. So that's basically what we got there. And we'll also need this. Yeah, we talked about the Blake MFFS card. We need that. But anyway, what we're going to do is set up a teleporter. Or why do I keep on saying teleporters? My gosh. A force field. We're going to set up a force field around this facility, and you'll see why in the next episode. So we actually have some solar panels, which are not in use. I want to see if they're still hooked up or not, because that actually might work out better than my original idea. So yeah, these guys are still hooked up, which is good. So what we're probably going to do is power it in here. So we can change this output. You have a wrench. I forget which. I'm pretty sure it's this wrench. Change our output. Oh, we got our electric wrench. That will work. Change our output that way. Now what we're going to need is the EU injector, which I wanted to test out if this will work with cable. It should. So that's the EU injector. You just put power in at any spot and it should work. And yes, it will work with cable. And then on top of that, you need to place your force field core, which we made, and we didn't go over the recipes. So force field core needs the electrolyzer, so you're gonna have to build 2 so you can make the electrolyzed cells. And then the force injector is pretty simple, just a bat box, fine iron cable. And then this range upgrade is really simple, just alloys and a frequency transmitter. And then the other stuff we're gonna need is this MFFS core area projector, which is diamonds, and it's kind of expensive. but not that hard to make. And then we're going to need a blank card, which is just paper and an electric circuit, really simple. And then we have that underway. You put your core right on top, and we can actually right click into this. We should, no, we can't right click into this. But that's your core. We should be able to right click into it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why it's not letting us, probably because it's not on. Yes, we'll need a redstone signal on. No, I don't have a lever. But we'll get to that in a second. Actually, we need to get to that right now. Let's find a lever. Wow, there's still stuff in here. Was that a lever? Ah. Thank you, old Lone Wolf Tech, from your videos, leaving a lever in there. Man, those were really old episodes. So if we put a lever on here, it's gonna turn on the. We still got power in here. That's going to take power from the bat box, and then that power is going into this whatever, the transformer thing, and then it's getting transferred into EU power, whatever that is, and it's getting sent into this control thing, which we should be able to go into, but I'm not sure why. We need to go into it. But then we have this MFS area projector, which I want to say most people from the videos I watch put it directly on top of it, but supposedly you can place it in an 8-block radius away. So if we put it there, it should still work, and we should be able to go into this one. I'm not sure why we can't. We have to hold the card. I'm not sure why it's not letting us go into it. Okay, we'll put it on top. Good thing that didn't break into some random block. Now, this is kind of weird because we're supposed to be able to look inside. So that's working. It's drawing power. We're getting power. And it should let us inside, but it's not. Alright guys, let me figure this out real quick. Alright guys, I worked it out. Now, there might be a few things wrong, and I might have to spawn some items back in because our server just broke on us or something. Everything was glitching about with these force fields. I looked online, and there was there was like 2 guys in a forum asking about it, and no one even answered it. So, yeah, there's no answer to this problem except for now. I had this problem. I couldn't find anything to do. Remember, our problem is that we couldn't right-click on our force field core or area projector, which you can't even use them without opening them. So, I looked around online. There was no help from anybody, no videos, no forums that had any answers. So, I thought, well, maybe I'll try out a new server. Maybe there's a new Tekkit server out there that I can, you know, try out and see how it goes. And if that doesn't work, at least I'm on a new Tekkit server, and maybe we can try something else. Well, I went ahead and got Tekkit server 3.1.3. I believe it is. I think I still have it open. 3.1.3, even though the download says it's 3.1.2. But apparently it says I'm getting 3.1.3. So I got the newest Tekkit server, I think. And what I did is I quickly changed over my old world to this new server. And so there might be a few things wrong. Hopefully not. I probably need to increase the RAM on it. That's for sure. Because we're not getting very long view distance. But anyway, I changed over the server and now it works. So we can actually look inside the area projector and the core, and we can get on with this mod. So if you had problems with that, just change over your server to a new one. It's not that hard. You just download a new server, copy your world folder, so that's the nether and the in folders and your world folder, and then copy it and paste it into your new server, and then make sure you go into the server properties file and change the name of the world to the name of the folder. So if your folder says New World 1, then you want to go into your server properties and say the world is called New World 1, and then it'll go into that folder and read off this world. So That's all you got to do. Is pretty simple. If you're not really sure on how to change over servers, there's plenty of people online who will tell you how to do that. So we're actually going to break this guy and try out what we were trying out before. We get him, yeah. So it was all glitching out before, but now it's hopefully going to be better. So if we turn this guy on, the EU injector should light up or do something, but as you can see, this starts building up power, and it won't build up power unless you have it on, because the EU injector has to be on, and it looks like the picture's messed up now, but anyway, it's on. So the transmission range is 8, and there's no projectors linked. So transmission range is what I believe to be 8 block radius. So that means we could be 8 blocks away, so probably at least this far. It's close to 8, and have that guy down, and it would connect. Now, this force field core is what generates power for the area projector. The area projector, which is this thing, generates the actual force field. So just getting that in your mind. This creates power. This generates the power. This makes a force field. And this is actually kind of acts like a teleport pipe, as in you don't have to have it directly connected to the force field projector. Okay? Now, how you connect them is you have a blank MFFS card. Now, you simply put it in here, and then it gets a frequency from this certain generator, this certain core. Then you bring it over to your area projector, and you drop it in, and then boom, they're linked. So now power is transferring from this generator core over to here wirelessly. Without any wires, that's how it works, and it looks like we're out of power. Yep. So we'll have to wait until day. We don't, because they don't need a crap ton of power. But now you can see we have one linked projector. So you can actually link multiple projectors to one core, which is probably what we're going to be doing. Now, the one mod I got was this force field range extender. So if we place this guy next to here, now the range is extended up to 16 blocks. So now we have a pretty good setup, actually. So this projector with that mod can be 16 blocks away, which is pretty neat. So if we understand this completely, I'll go over it one more time. This EU injector transfers industrial craft energy into power for the generator core. The generator core has a power storage. It transmits the power, and it can transmit to many projectors. Okay, that just increases the range. This guy can set the radius of the force field, the shape of the force field, and also stores, we'll show you how much power it can use. And you connect the two using a blank MFFS card that you put in this slot. You get its frequency from the generator core, and you plop it in the area projector. No, you do not have to leave it in there. Well, okay, yes, you do have to leave it in there. So, yeah, that's that. Now, if we were to apply a redstone signal, which, do we have any? No, we don't have any more levers. Darn. That could be a problem. Lever. Gotcha. Alright. If we were to apply a lever to this guy, which we're actually going to edit this guy so we don't do something stupid. We're going to increase the radius to 12 or 13. Put down a lever, stand real close, turn on. Now you can see out the windows a blue haze, and that is our force. Oh, that is really huge. This is the force field. This is the texture for it. That is actually like the perfect size. I didn't think it would be that big. But apparently if you try to break it, it has a lava particle effect, which is kind of neat, I guess. So this is it. It goes in a 13 by 13 by 13 cube, I guess you could say. It is unbreakable. I will show you. We'll charge this baby up. We'll charge this baby up even. And we'll try to break it. Nothing's happening. It's not even flinching. We could be here for days, believe me. And it's not going to break whatsoever. So let's go back inside and take a look at this. So this is all transferring wirelessly. You can see the power goes down. Kind of slowly. I mean, this is actually a big force field. So that's really reasonable. That's really reasonable. And we're not actually gaining any power right now, so reasonable. Now, to turn off the force field, simply, take off the redstone signal. So, most people would have you believe that there is no way to get out of a force field, and no way to get in, which is, for the most part, true. I'll see if I can find some wood to demonstrate a theory for you. But yes, that is mostly true. There is no way to get in or out of the force field. Like I just showed you, there's no way to break it. We'll do this. We'll turn it back on. Go outside. Alright. So that actually gets into our house, which is kind of nasty. Now you can see the force field is actually running into these blocks right here. And I'm going to destroy our building a little bit. Now you would think that, well, we could just pass through this block. But as soon as we break it, we actually pass through it. No, we don't. Well, we kind of do. There was a little bit of lag because we're running out of power, but we're not actually supposed to be able to break it. And now we can't actually get back. Great. So we're going to have to wait until we run out of power before we can get back. This is what I was saying. There's no way to get back in once you turn it on, except if you use a door. Now, I haven't actually tested this theory, but if you use a door, it gets trapped inside. Look, we can even go through here, but we still won't even be able to get up the stairs. So, we're just gonna have to wait out night until we run out of power, and this thing will shut off. So, what I'll do is I'll pause the video for now, wait until night, and then get back to you. Or not wait until night, but wait until we run out of power. Alright guys, I found actually a little bit of a glitch. We're actually back inside, and we haven't ran out of power just yet. But I found a little glitch on how to get in and out. So, what I'll do is I'll show you. We'll turn it back on, and we'll go upstairs. Now, I have my Morningstar powered fully, and if we go to a block like this, and break it, actually, we're going to have to do that a little bit better. But basically, you can break a block, and if you do it quick enough, you can actually fly through the hole before the projector will actually turn off. So, that is how we did it before. Because you can see, like, right here, there's a hole. So, if we break this thing fast enough, and go up at the same time, if I can hit it. Yeah, see, we got through, just like that. So, you can actually get through the force field if you're smart enough and you can break a block quick enough. So, that is one way to get in and out of a force field if you're in trouble. The other way is a door, which now we're locked out again with no way to get back in, I'm pretty sure. Unless there's some block of grass or something we can break. Maybe this. We get back in. Nope. So you gotta do it really quick or you'll just get trapped in. See, that's about how the delay time right there. Alright, so we're back in. We got back in. I just gotta go really quick. Alright, so what was I going to show you? We'll turn this off real quick. A door, yes. So, do we have any power? Now, what I'm going to do is turn it to day so we'll get some power. Going back in here. And I'm going to increase this by 2. And then turn it on. And then we're going to go down. And this should be in the way of the door now. Or just past it. So, it is not affected by pressure plates. And doors. We need to make this one smaller. I think. No, this is right. So if you can see how it's acting as a pressure plate is one block because there's no force field right here. If we were to break the pressure plate, it's going to put a force field right there, and there's none in the way of the door. So there should be one right here in the door, but there's not. So yep, door is one way to get past a force field, and breaking a block quick enough is the other way. So, that's your little force field hack. No, they're not impenetrable. You can get through them. You just gotta have all your right tools, and it looks like we've ran out of power. So, what we're going to do, hopefully, we're going to turn this off, for one. Well, actually, I think that's about it. Now, there's some other, upgrades you can do to it, and cool stuff like that. You can look at those. They're pretty self-explanatory, really. I went over, the basics in the beginning of the video, but that's your force fields for you. Make sure you tune in next episode to see how much they can withstand. And yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you the sphere. We have enough power. We should. So we'll change it to a sphere. Turn back on, and it looks like we got a few minutes power. So this just makes a weird looking sphere. So yeah, it's kind of bigger. Let's see if we can't still get out of here. This one's going to be a little bit difficult to get out of. Due to the, well, I take that back. That was not difficult to get out of. You just still got to break stuff quick enough. And okay, that wasn't quick enough. We should, nope. But yeah, that's the sphere from the outside. It's just a sphere. Excuse me. So, yep, that's your force fields. Make sure if you found this useful, which I'm pretty sure you should have, that you go ahead and like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff as we break back in through our force field. Make sure if you're building a force field, you set up a remote wireless system where you can turn it off and on. So that's really simple. You just use a wireless receiver and transmitter, which we've used, I think, before in the Tekkit project, and you just set that up to turn it on and off when you want, or you set up a door or a way you can get back in. So, yep, this is TheLonewolfTech coming to you with force fields and all this good stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you found, I'm not saying this again, but if you found the little help tutorials on why it wouldn't open or anything like that, make sure you like, double like, and yeah, I will be seeing you next episode.